Hey everybody, what's up? So, I'm currently troubleshooting my phone's ability to connect its audio to my computer so that we can play the VB Lab properly, because for some reason it has decided that now, as I'm setting up the stream, is the perfect time for the system that I use to get audio to just cease to function. Yay! But anyway, in the meantime, we can keep working. While I'm working on that, I can still at least talk to you guys. I am having a fairly... This is a pain in the butt. Of course this is happening. I'm sorry, guys. This. Why is this happening? I don't understand why this is happening now. One moment, guys. I think a wire might have been knocked out of my PC. I'll be right back. No, it wasn't that. Might have to update my Bluetooth drivers because it looks like it's a problem on my PC. Sorry for the delay, guys. I can tell this is probably a pain. But wouldn't be one of my streams if it wasn't scuffed as heck, right? I can't just not have audio for this. It's literally the whole point of the freaking, the app has such good music. You can't not hear the music from the app. Come on. It's not that, is it? Okay, I guess we're just doing this without, It might be that Windows just decided that I was delaying the update too much and turned off my Bluetooth. If that's the case, we'll just do it without. It's not like we have much of a choice, right? So, get E-Lab set up properly. Sorry, Streamlabs glitched out on me a little bit. There we go. No, that is the right one. I just need to change what it's attached to. I even have that. I shouldn't even have that one in here. Again, apologies for the scuff, but it wouldn't be this without it, would it? Okay, I apparently had to mess around with that a lot more than I expected to. But hey. It's not like an actual problem. Okay, so let's switch over to the VB Lab app and we can get started. Now, as I stated before, unfortunately, we are both being deprived of the bangers. That is the VB Lab soundtrack, due to my computer deciding that Bluetooth doesn't exist anymore. Always fun. Always fun. But hey, what are we gonna do, right? We tried our best and did not succeed. So, let's just play some Digimon. Obviously, the chat side of things is a bit more dependent on you guys, but hey, it can't hurt. So, first things first, let me, bring back a couple of my mons into the app. Oh god, I just realized you guys can probably hear the brace. Let me turn that off for you, because that's probably a pain. There we go. Alright. In comes Metal Digimon, aka Memo. Named because he is the Digimon I started with in Hacker's Memory, which is the first Digimon game I ever played. And that game will give you feelings. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Now then, just pull our other compatriot bracelet, and here we have Shivamon, who I have dubbed V because, well, it's a little bit of a long story, but what really got me my start in Digimon virtual pet-wise was actually this old knockoff app that basically emulated the original pets, though it used its own roster system. And what happened with it was it got abandoned by its creator because they got in trouble for it, and then as the updates went on, it became less and less compatible with the phones. And so what ended up happening was it became impossible to play the dang thing, and that's what got me to actually buy my first Digimon virtual pet. But, in that game, I initially had a Terriermon, which I could not evolve to Gargomon, and when it died, I actually had to switch versions, and then I went to the Dragon's Roar egg, and that had Vmon on it, and then I got Vmon to XVmon, and then I Jogressed it, and with the Jogress, I was able to get to Skullgreymon, and then from Skullgreymon to Blackboard Greymon, obviously. Then I finally met someone who had Black Metal Garurumon and got to Omegamon Zwart, and so I dubbed him Vaz for Vmon to Omegamon Zwart. And funnily enough, all of that was done on this, like, despite it be, like, this is in part because I'm poor and in part because I don't really care what hardware level my phone is at, but all of this was done on a phone that I consistently... yes and no. But to wrap up the story real quick, all that was done on the same phone that I initially downloaded the VB Lab app on, and so I kind of just personally headcanon that it's the same Digimon, because this Shivamon comes from a Pulsemon that was in the app of the VB, and I downloaded the VB app like 2 months before I actually got my VB. So, Garurumon. The Digimon in the VB don't have a lifespan in that they'll die after a certain period of time or start to require more care. Instead, they'll basically last as long as you want them, and the way that they die is either by collecting, I believe it's 3 injuries in a day through battle, or by leaving them on the bracelet but off your wrist for 24 hours, but only if they're not in backup. If you put them in backup, you can, or on the Digivice V, if you put it in sleep mode, you don't need to worry about them dying on you. But if you leave them in the active state, like they're the active Digimon on the screen, and you don't put them in sleep mode, and you leave the bracelet off for 24 hours, it will kill them. So, to show off my other guys, let me just store Shivamon real quick. I love the storage animation, like the little cryo capsules, it's so neat. So, our team is as follows. We've got V, the Shivamon. We have Memo, the Metal Seedramon. And rounding out our top 3, my main team, so to speak, the group that likely would be my primary team in, if this were Cyber Sleuth, is Skull Mammothmon, or as I called him, Skelephant. Yes, that pun was terrible, and yes, I will keep using it. Then, next row, we've got Aegistramon, Blitzgreymon, and Dinorexmon, who I have yet to come up with snappy names for. And in another row of lack of snappy names, we have Heavy Leomon, Spinomon, and Ancient Megatheriummon. And then lastly down here we've got Pulsemon, which is the initial Pulsemon I hatched on the VB, because I just never actually raised that one. So anyway, to decide our starting mon. Actually, okay, here's what we'll do. I'm going to very quickly go grab a 10-sided die, and we're going to that will decide which Digimon we use, and we'll keep using that Digimon until they lose, at which point we re-roll the die. So give me 1 second. Alright, we got our 10-sided die. Let's see what mons we're using. Alright, we got a 3, so that means it is Skelephant. But yeah, the VB, I'm a very big fan of the VB. The only criticism I have, actually before we get started, let me show it to you. The only criticism I have of the VB is, right here, it shows you precisely what the Digivolution tree of your mon is, right? And that's really cool. But, the thing I don't like about that is that with the it shows the Digivolution tree, which is really cool. But as far as we know, it doesn't incorporate into anything about how they fight or anything like that. Like, there's no specific bonus for taking a different route, or there's no reason to pick one route over the other except for, like, hey, these are the mons that you like. And I wish that there was something about it, kind of like the current TCG, where different Digimon have, like, inherited effects. So, like, something like, you get, like, well, Skull Mammothmon is a bad example because it's all ice, but, here's a good example. Let me store, I'll store Skelephant for a second. We'll come back to him, though, because he did win the die roll. But the easiest one I can demonstrate is Heavy Leomon. So, Heavy Leomon, you can evolve it from Ballistamon. And Ballistamon is in Cross Wars, and it's said that it has, like, this thing called an enhancement mode, where it serves as armor for another Digimon. And so, with that being the case, it would be really cool if there was an inherited effect where it was like, hey, if you have a Ballistamon in your Digivolution line, and in your Digivolution tree, and you used Jogress evolution at some point past having Ballistamon, that it made you stronger, because Ballistamon is the enhancement mode. That would be super cool. But as far as we know, they did not do that. Now, let's put... Okay, I just thought of a snazzy name for this guy. This is Gurren Leo. For now. It might become Victory later. I might rename him Victory if I ever actually have the chance to watch Transformers Victory. So yeah, let's get started. We've got a vaccine type right now. So, okay, so as a rule, we're not going to use any chips for this. Let's go. Yeah. I kind of expected this. There's a slight delay between... Okay, there we go. I'm starting to get the groove of it. There's a slight delay between my capture system input and the actual, like, output. And as a result of that, when I click the stop button, there's a slight delay between it actually stopping and there's a slight delay between my click and it picking it up, so I miss the critical a couple times in a row. Let's see. Ooh, Nidhoggmon. Let's go. Alright. Let's see if we can take Rihanna down. Both crit. Come on. Ah. Every time I see both sides crit, I really, really hope that they do that neat thing that they can do, where they'll crash into each other and neutralize the attack. Give me 1 second. I need to check something real quick. Alright, sorry about that. I got a text from a family member I just needed to respond to. Now then. Let's see. We want to go up against Mega levels, because otherwise it's not really fair. Here we go. Beelzemon Blast Mode. I've always loved this design. Tamers was always my favorite season, one of my favorite seasons of Digimon before the creator went insane. I still love it because the creator went insane. It's not like he was always insane. So Tamers isn't... When you look at it, Tamers isn't, like, crazy or anything like that. It's just a fairly decent show. But, yeah. I do not if you don't watch the recent script reading that happened for the anniversary, unless you're just looking for a good laugh and don't take it seriously at all. This is the practice room. That's not right. Is there a way I can set this to like... Oh yeah, that'll do it. Hopefully. Now then. Okay, I know I just said that we were going for mega levels, but you guys gotta see this. You got to. It's awesome. This is Ward Greys, which is... Or no, it's Grey Wars, which is a Metabots crossover. It is a Metabot designed to resemble War Greymon, which is so cool. I don't know much about Metabots. I just started watching it, to be honest, but damn, it is awesome. Especially what I've seen so far of it. I'm just gonna pop over here to grab these arena tickets real quick. Can't hurt to grab more arena tickets. And then we'll head back into the fray. Alright, here we are, Achillesmon. To be honest, when the Vital Brace first came out, I really liked all of the evolutions that Pulsemon had, except for the Mecha levels. But Shivamon has definitely grown on me. Uh-oh. Alright. Skelefend has been knocked out. If that's the case, it is time to choose a new mod. Actually, first, let's restore its VP. Also, I'm going to do things. I'm going to change my setup a little bit. Oh, hold on. Looks like the capture system crashed. It's no longer picking up. There we go. There we go, it's back. Alright, time to roll for... That's not right. That is also the wrong button. There we go. Alright, time to roll for our next Mon of choice. Number 5. Alright, it is Blitz Greymon's time to shine. The semi-zombified master. Ooh. Let's go up against Falco's Digimon. Uh-oh. Okay, good. Now it's our turn to get critical. Alright, and switching my setup did not actually work as well as I intended, so... we're going to do it this way. I wanted to make it so you guys didn't have to see my mouse cursor, but I cannot do it. It just does not work as well, comparatively. Alright, it looks like we don't have any mega levels that aren't vaccines, so we're gonna have to go with type disadvantage. A shame. Blitz was showing so much potential. It still is. Dang, Blitz. Ah, yeah. Alright, Blitz is down. Alright, I won't worry about restoring his VP because he was not at max VP to begin with. Alright, rolling our next one. We've got 4. That means that we're switching Blitz Greymon out in favor of... Digimon. Which means now we are targeting virus types. And what better virus type to start with than Chaostron? Digimon is a favorite of mine. Just like the combination of the water theme, the techy, like the tech, the massive amount of tech involved. It's just so good. Went a bit too early on that one, but it's fine. Uh-oh, did my moto crash? Uh-oh. I have become but a husk of my former self. Hold on. We're going to go back to the start screen real quick while I fix this. Alright, so we're trying to reboot. Oh, okay, so VTube Studio just decided that it was time for an update, so that's what's going on right now. In the meantime, I will exit the main screen, the windscreen for Digimon, but let's talk Digilore. Let's see. That's a good one to talk about. Oh, okay. So, something that has bothered me ever since it's been shown. Ragna Lordmon, which is the Jogress, or DNA Digivolution form of the 20th anniversary-ish Legend Arms Digimon. Durandamon, which is the mega form of the Zubamon line, and Brywaludramon, which is, I'm probably mispronouncing that because it's Welsh, but it is the mega form of the Ludomon line. And so basically, the Legend Arms, if you aren't familiar, are Digimon that could transform into weapon forms and then could be wielded by other Digimon as a kind of power enhancement sort of thing. And Ragna Lordmon is the Jogress form, which is said to be the image of the imagined knight that would wield them, of both Durandamon and Brywaludramon, but sorry, Streamlabs just started back up. But anyway, Durandamon and Brywaludramon it basically created an entire third Digimon, which with its own Digicore and everything. because apparently it's not connecting at all. Anyway, Durandamon, Brawaludramon, combine Ragnalordmon. Ragnalordmon in and of itself is an enigma because it has 3 digicores, when normally a Jawgrass evolution involves the 2 digicores fusing together into a single entity. But, I'm sorry. Don't understand why it's not picking up the camera. Hold on. Why are you like this, Vtuber Studio? I just wanted to have fun and do my stream. Why must you do this to me? Alright, so I was talking about Ragnalordmon. So, Ragnalordmon's design. It's supposed to be the imagined knight that would wield them of Durandamon and Brawaludramon. But the key factor is that it resembles the other Royal Knights a fair bit, but it has something on its forehead called a Digicore interface, and the Digicore interface is something that is only present on 2 other Digimon evolution lines, or Digivolution trees. Those of Dorumon and Ryudamon. And in particular, this, it's incorporated into their quote-unquote canon lines in the form of each of their evolutions. But it's particularly important in the evolution of Oriumon and Dorugoramon, because both of them are referred to as the daydream of a Digicore. Now, the other thing about these two is that they are both natural carriers of the X antibody, which is a topic unto itself, but essentially it's a special trait that makes a Digimon stronger. And it's believed that it's the X antibody which allows the Digicore interface to actually have a more direct input on their evolution, which allows their final megaforms to be what is referred to as the quote-unquote daydream of a Digicore. And so I've always wondered, what does it mean that the Digicore interface appears as a part of Ragnalordmon, but doesn't get mentioned at all in terms of its reference book profile? Come on. Why can't it connect to my camera? Maybe if I set up a different camera real quick. USB camera. Select. Alright, I guess I'm gonna call it here because it's just straight up not working. I don't know how to fix this. I've tried restarting it, it doesn't want to work. Let me try restarting it one more time, but if that doesn't work, then I'm just gonna call the stream. Which would suck, but makes sense given that it's my life. If I'm able to get it working again after, I will probably do like a guerrilla continuation of this one. Yeah, it just decided to stop working, so I guess I'm calling it here. Thanks for watching, everyone.